Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, May 10th. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Sonia Siobhan. So we begin tonight in Upper Marlboro. The man convicted of fatally shooting a Maryland state trooper nearly 2 years ago is sentenced today. Patricia Villone is at the Prince George's Courthouse with more on the story.
It was the early morning hours of June 2010 when Cyril Williams shot and killed 24-year-old trooper Wesley Brown. The shooting took place shortly after Brown removed Williams from a restaurant for loud and disruptive behavior. This morning, Williams received his sentence, life with no parole. State's Attorney Angela Alsobrooks says justice has been served.
And Mr. Williams will never see the light of day, we hope again, that he will never be free to walk the streets again and to hurt or harm another individual. But I say as well to others who may be watching this case, if you harm or kill an individual who is sworn to protect our community as we approach a police week, we want you to know that the message ought to be very clear tonight, today. The trooper Brown lost his life, but Mr. Williams lost his life as well. And we intend to be very harsh with individuals who harm law enforcement officials who give their lives every day to protect ours.
Wesley was the man that I dreamed of. We were engaged to be married. We wanted to start a family. I'm also in law enforcement. So, you know, those were things that I was looking forward to. But because his life was, you know, taken because of something so senseless, I won't be able to fulfill those dreams that I had with Wesley.
That evening was the worst and the most hurtful evening I've ever had in my life. To have someone, anyone would die in you, around you, but then have a partner of yours who cared for, that cared for everyone else, to take his last breath in your arms is something you can't tell anybody how you feel about that. It's something you carry with you all the time, something I carry with me every day.
Now, in addition to first-degree murder, Williams was also found guilty of several handgun charges. From Upper Marlboro, I'm Patricia Villone for CTV News.
Okay, thank you, Patty. Williams was given an additional 25 years, which will be served concurrently with his sentence of life with no parole.
For the past 2 years, the Prince George's County Police Department has not added anyone to its memorial wall, which is good news. But to date, there have been 26 officers who have died in the line of duty. Today, their families and the law enforcement community took time to remember them. And our Denise Douglas has the story.
We're here at the annual ceremony where police and family gather to remember those who've died in the line of duty. As one of the speakers here pointed out today, it shouldn't just be a solemn ceremony, but an opportunity to celebrate their lives. For Rachel, the pain of losing her father still feels fresh, tears rolling down her cheeks as her mother talks about him.
My late husband, Steve Gaughan, would never have wanted me to be sad. So I carry on for him.
Stephen Gaughan, a 15-year veteran of the force, was gunned down in a dramatic chase and shootout as he and two officers went after several suspects in Laurel back in 2005. Gaughan and others who died in the line of duty are remembered at this annual ceremony.
Whose broad stripes and the bright star.
We've had 26 officers killed in the line of duty. The last 10, I've known all of them. And these aren't older men, 65 years old, dying of cancer. These are 22-year-old young men, 27. It's horrific. But when you take the oath of office in this county, this department understands that you're putting your life on the line.
Their names etched on this wall outside the Fraternal Order of Police in Upper Marlboro as a constant reminder of their sacrifice and bravery.
And I just want us to really just take a second and think about the way they lived and the way they served.
With the wall as a backdrop, a toast to the good memories they left behind as well.
Job well done. Let them know that we're all right. We love them. We're here for them. We will never forget them.
He was the funniest person I've ever known in my entire life. And he went through his life making people laugh every day.
So Donna says she focuses on the good times with Gaughan and the joy he brought to their family. Even so, on those sad days, she says it's good to know they can lean on each other. There were more than 50 members of 2 police academy classes that were present here today as part of the ceremony. They say they recognize the sacrifice that they will be making, but they are willing to take it. I'm Denise Douglas, CTV News.
The first person listed on the memorial wall is Edward Merson, who died in 1937, and the most recent is Thomas Jensen, who was killed in 2010. Well, one day after President Barack Obama announces his support for same-sex marriage, the issue is electrifying politicians and voters on both sides of the issue. The endorsement puts Obama squarely at odds with Mitt Romney, the presumptive GOP presidential nominee. Americans are as split on the subject as Marylanders, who may have the chance to vote on legalizing gay marriage this fall. As for the presidential race, political analyst Blair believes Obama's stance will change little for voters in this firmly Democratic state.
Obama win. I mean, this is the 4th most liberal Democratic state in the union. It's going to go for Obama no matter what. All the polls in Maryland show that African Americans are one of the strongest groups against same-sex marriage. Are they going to be conflicted by President Obama's new stance on same-sex marriage? I think not. I think you're going to get African Americans in Maryland coming out voting for Obama and against same-sex marriage.
Maryland Minority Leader Anthony O'Donnell tells CTV that the issue is so highly personal, he doesn't see people taking their cues from the president. We asked voters if the gay marriage debate will affect their vote at the ballot box.
A really long time. I think it was an excellent statement made at an excellent time, probably for the purposes of re-election, but yeah, I'm really happy that he came out with that statement, and I really support him in it.
We hurt him, but personally, I don't care. But I know that, the Christians are like highly against same-sex marriage, so maybe because of that, they wouldn't want to vote for him.
I think it could end up hurting him, and the reason why is it's such a controversial issue. And it seems like the Republicans are looking for some inspiration and motivation to their presidential campaign. The thinking is that this could be the gas that ignites the fire.
I'm still going to vote for him. I actually agree with what he was talking about, so it doesn't change my vote either way.
And opponents of legalizing same-sex marriage in Maryland continue to collect signatures to put the issue to referendum.
Well, did you feel the wind this morning? The weather caused quite a bit of a stir for some local residents who experienced brief power outages around 10. At its peak, Pepco reported that 1,100 customers were affected in the Forestville and District Heights areas. Businesses along Addison Road experienced small outages, but they caused no service delays. Power was restored by noon, and it certainly was very windy out there today. You're watching CTV News. I'm Sonia Shavasva.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger.